I am fiercely independent, so I had no desire to join Keller Williams. All of a sudden, there was this, what they were calling a Northwest Region Mastermind, and they brought a lot of leaders from KW. It wasn't what I thought Keller was. It was a world of people who knew so much more than I did. So when I came in, and my pain was I was working too many hours. I literally was sleeping 1 to 4 hours a night. They were able to help me where I needed it. And they didn't force it upon me. They asked me, gosh, we see this and we want to help. And I could have figured it out eventually, but certainly not at that level, and certainly not without a lot more pain. We have some really important big rocks, some travel, family time, and bonding time that's non-negotiable. I couldn't figure out how to do that before coming to Keller. They were able to help me where I needed it. They just wanted to pour into me to let me be the best that I could be, and my brand to be the best that it could be.
Good morning, Keller Williams.
Good morning, beautiful people.
I know, look at this great crowd. They even made it through the thunderstorm and everything.
Oh, I know. That lightning was no joke. I was
intense.
driving on 435 and I was like, oh, there it is. Okay, let's go.
Boom. Well, why don't we get started? We would love for you all to tell us something good. Whether you got something personal, something about business, what's going on in your life that we can celebrate with y'all?
Tell me something good.
Ooh, that was good, Sarah.
Bam, bam.
Keller Williams office.
Yeah, I
Back
love
in our
that.
Keller Williams office.
She's back. We love it. Welcome back. Now,
Who else has got something good?
tell me
Misty.
something good.
I have two things. Hello?
One
Hello?
more time.
I don't push the buttons. Okay, there we go. I have two things. A personal thing. I moved this weekend and I'm excited about that.
Woo.
Second thing, Ignite starts tomorrow. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Ignite
go.
starts tomorrow. All right, one more. Who's got something good? That side of the fence?
Who's got something good over here?
Oh, there's a lot of good things over there.
All right, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Bring us home.
He's not here, right? No, he's not. I know, but Caden passed the test yesterday. It was very hard. He worked very hard. He's not here. He's upstairs working, but he studied for like a year. It's a very hard. The MLO test is really, really hard. I don't know how it compares with real estate tests, but he had books. He studied. He read. He took practice tests. Like it was really tough for this kid to pass.
But he did it.
But
He did it.
yesterday. So
Woo!
it's an amazing-
Give it up for Caden. Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Perfect. I'll take one more if anybody's got one. Something good? All right. Well, as always, our something good is our amazing strategic partners. Platinum Title, thank you for being amazing, as always. Leader One, we couldn't do it without you. We really appreciate all y'all do. Cinch, Old Republic, Mid-America Bank, Heartland Partners on Auto, and of course, today's amazing sponsor, Dane Johnson. Give it up for Envoy Mortgage.
Thanks for being here,
That was
Dane.
sweet. Thank you guys for being here. Back from Mega Camp, yeah?
I know.
Nice. Love it.
We made
Everybody- Yeah. Good. I hope it was a fun time. Sorry I wasn't there this year. Hey, everybody. Dane Johnson, Envoy Mortgage. I'm one of your in-house lenders up on the second floor across from the Johns family team. Two things today. I always like to bring up scenarios that I keep seeing that I get questions on every single day because that's what most agents are dealing with. One thing, down payment assistance. Down payment assistance gets brought up every single day. I know I've talked about this before. We have our own in-house down payment assistance program that pairs with an FHA loan, can offer up to 5% assistance, 3.5% down, 1.5% towards closing costs, or they can do a 3.5% option. So it's an in-house, goes off FHA guidelines. There are no income limits. It's nationwide, by the way, so if you have a family member, if you have somebody that is in another state, I can do a loan in any state, I think like New York, because they're weird about things.
Bad New York.
So 49 states I can do a loan in. So down payment assistance. The other one, too, is bridging the gap between that, that home they currently own and the new home that they want to buy. So getting the equity out of that house, whether it's a bridge loan, a HELOC, where are they at with things? Do they have cash that can supplement? I love to work through those scenarios. Obviously, being a numbers guy, being in the mortgage world, I love working through that, talking through it with people because a lot of people don't know all the options. They don't understand what can be done, and I try to make it as financially responsible for them as well. So try not to spend all their money on a bridge loan or whatever it may be. Get them in the cheapest option possible to be able to get into that new house. So if you have either of those scenarios, stop by my office, shoot me a text, give me a call anytime. Dane Johnson,
Dane,
Envoy Mortgage.
Dane, where's your office at for those of us that are just new to
Seen
us?
that once.
You did? Well, tell me.
Yeah,
tell us.
yeah,
You did?
You
I wasn't
missed
paying
that,
attention.
Across
Shoot.
across from the Johns team on the second floor.
Way to go, G.
So it's in the lock portion. So if you're up here and you like the open space, if you go that way, just past the trophy case, it is kind of hidden. It's funky. But it's around the corner from Mitz's office where neighbors used to be. Across from the Johns family team, though. We're right there next to Mac Holmes as well.
Yes.
So, yeah. Mac Holmes. Hi, girl, Leah. So, yeah, stop by and say hi anytime. And if I'm not there, my number's on the door. Text me any questions that you have.
Cool.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dane. And we want to introduce our newest partner, Rigdon. Are you guys in the house? There they are.
And
Thank you guys so much. We're so excited to have you. Do you guys want to come up and share just a second? Tell us a little bit. I know we heard a little bit, but
Tyler, are we streaming right now? Oh, hey, I'm Kerry Rigdon. This is Jack Kimlin, and Amy Rose is in the back. She's hanging out, but we really appreciate the opportunity to be here as a new partner for Keller Williams KW Partnership. Steve, appreciate the opportunity to be able to do this today as well. Rigdon Incorporated, we do home services, quite a few. We started out 32 years ago as a window cleaning company, and we've expanded into a lot of other services that we can provide for homeowners, property owners, people who are selling homes and buying homes. Anything from wood rot to painting to drywall repair, holloways, power washing, gutter cleaning, and a lot of other services. So we hope you have a chance to at least jump on our website. I don't think the QR code or anything's on there, but it's rigdoninc.com, and I also have a business card that I can hand out later on too. And we'll have some brochures and information at your little table that you have out here too, so you guys can learn more about our company. But we do appreciate the opportunity to be here.
thank you guys.
thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys. Well, I wanted to share this little video with you guys. One of the things you'll hear us talk about today is AI and the power of AI. And I wanted you guys to see this short little video about how our society has changed in the last 45 years. So, Rose, would you mind hitting the lights just real quick for me? The bottom, the second, there you go. There you go. She got it. we can. I can kind of talk you through it though. Your friends are at 24% and suddenly online has jumped in there. I know, we'll share that in the KWAP page too. Basically, it's a visual of how we are spending our time. And in the 80s, the 40s, the 50s, our family and friends were such a priority. And now 60% of our time is spent online. So that's not changing, and we want to be mindful, how do we be more human more often to more people? But yeah, we will get that out so you guys can see it really well in the future. So tomorrow we are kicking off Ignite. Give it up for Ignite. Who's already signed up? You're signed up for Ignite?
Okay,
there is still time,
people.
okay? So if you want to join us, we've got 20. So if you want to join us tomorrow, see Misty right after. There's still time for you to jump into Ignite, but it's Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 11 to 3, and it's going to be happening all the way until October. So last call, you don't want to miss it. Ignite starts tomorrow.
And we have some incredible instructors lined up for this round, so I am super excited. All right, Wednesday at 11:45, we have Judy's Foodies, back to school favorites. So bring on your little back to school treats. We'll meet in the bistro in the back for a little fellowship with one another.
Back to school faves. Turkey sandwiches,
That's right.
Lunchables. All right. This Thursday, for our investor club, we are having contractors and remodeling pricing panel. So you guys do not want to miss that. That's 2 to 4 right here in the training room. Eric Alvarez, Brandy Shoemaker, Nick Larson are going to be sharing about their rehab do's and don'ts, their top secrets, and then, of course, moderated by Michelle Isabel. So 2 o'clock this Thursday.
All right, and then next Tuesday, the 26th at 4 o'clock, our KWYP committee is having a happy hour at Coaches. So if you are in that YP group, come on by at 4 o'clock. We would love to see you and have some drinks and apps with you.
Bold is coming. So you guys mark your calendars. First step, September 24th. That's a Wednesday. It's from 9 to 3. And we have an incredible coach, Amber Rutherford. Amber is a top mega agent, owner-operator in the Florida region. I believe she's out of Naples. She is going to be our Bold coach this year. So if you have not done Bold, you need to do Bold. Again, this is a brand new refresh, new content. It's the Onward Bold experience. You can register for free to First Step to Bold. That's an all-day class. And then steps 2 through 6, I believe it's $7.99 for the entire experience.
Yeah. And you are learning from the best of the best. Amber is a top producer in Florida. She sold over $500 million in her career. Just in her 3rd year in real estate, she sold 109 homes. She knows her stuff. She is amazing. You will not want to miss this.
Steve, remind us the name of the place. What is it called?
It's the Sylvester Powell Community Center. It is not in Abdullah Shrine.
It is not
It
the
is
shrine.
not the Abdullah Shriners.
Except for both 3 is the Abdullah Shrine. But everything else is in this very cool community center just right off.
It's in Mission.
Mission Community Center.
Yeah, Mission Community Center.
Love it. All right, lovely Sarah, you are teaching career night tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. If you know someone that needs to get into real estate, that wants to get their license, has always had some curiosity about what we all do, send them tomorrow night to the office at 6 o'clock. We're going to go through the steps, what it takes to get started, the costs, some of the changes, and Sarah is going to do an amazing job with that tomorrow.
Yeah, we have a good time. I love meeting new people, so it's really fun. All right, and then Wednesday the 27th, we are having, wait for it, a CE class, everyone. Whoop, whoop. So Condos 101, that's going to be here in the training room from 1 to 4 p.m. If you need CE credit, go ahead and scan that QR code. That goes to a Google form, and Chris will make sure that you get CE credit for that. Randy, is that for both states? Okay.
Oh,
great.
man.
Both
Sign
states.
up.
So, guys, the
Free
room should be
CE.
packed.
Let's go.
We all need CE credit all the time. So, how much is it? It's $3.99, Steve.
That was good, Sarah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, mark your calendar, September 18th, Salsa Showdown fundraiser. This is benefiting our HPIC and Everything goes to Heartland Partners in Caring. We're going to have our salsa dancing, our showdown, our margaritas. It is going to be a fabulous time. So do not miss that. September 18th, right here in this room and outside, I'm assuming, based on weather, 4 to 7,
Yes.
September 18th.
And you guys, if you've never seen Steve John salsa,
I know.
you guys should come just for that.
Little
alone.
bachata,
And then you
1,
should
2.
taste Judy John salsa. Whoop, whoop.
I heard they're coming for this year.
All
though.
right, let's go. All right, and then you guys, it's happening.
Here it comes.
It's happening. The Halloween party is Saturday, October 25th, 5 to 7 p.m. Save the date. We do have some marketing materials that we'll be sending out to you guys that you guys can edit on Canva yourself. You can share with your clients. If you would like to decorate a door, go ahead and scan that QR code and sign up for one. If you are someone who already has an office, obviously your door is your door, right? However, if you are not interested in decorating your door, please let us know because we have other agents who would love to decorate that door for this party. All right, fun times.
Okay, give it up for our broker extraordinaire, Randy
Vanderpool.
I think you almost said broker bot.
I did.
All right. So we got a short video and then one slide.
Here, I'll just hold it.
Okay.
Just talk. Yeah.
We're gonna play the video.
Great.
Yep. Yep. There we go.
Generative AI is exciting technology with the potential to significantly alter many professions. As with any new technology, understanding the risks of using AI is critical to avoid liability. In this video, we'll review best practices for incorporating generative AI into your business. Business use of AI is widespread. You may already interact with AI without even realizing it, including through chatbots, personalized advertising, and automated messaging. Generative AI is a type of artificial intelligence that learns from large data sets to create new content based on user commands. Generative AI has been a topic of research for many years, but public awareness dramatically increased starting in late 2022 with the launch of platforms like ChatGPT and Stable Diffusion. Follow these best practices when using generative AI in your real estate business to, for example, create social media content, draft property descriptions, edit listing photos, improve lead generation, or any other potential application. Always review AI-generated content for accuracy. AI platforms are not 100% accurate, which makes your oversight critical. This is especially important when using generative AI in connection with listing content, such as property descriptions or listing photos. You are ultimately responsible under Articles 2 and 12 of NAR's Code of Ethics to ensure your representations and communications are honest, truthful, and avoid exaggerating, misrepresenting, or concealing pertinent facts. Don't rely on AI to get your marketing materials and listing content right. Ensure the AI-generated content you use is accurate. Protect personal information from being shared with an AI platform. Information provided to a generative AI platform is used to train the AI for future interactions, so personal information you input may not remain private. AI platforms are also vulnerable to data breaches like any other website. Ensure your ownership over work you wish to protect. Under US copyright law, a work must be authored by a human to qualify for protection, meaning AI-generated works are not protectable. While copyright law may evolve, for the time being, be sure you create content that you want to be able to protect. Seek appropriate advice from actual professionals, such as an attorney, accountant, or financial advisor. AI is not a licensed professional, and the platforms make no reliable warranties or representations. Many state laws and Article 13 of the Code of Ethics prohibit the unauthorized practice of law, so avoid using AI to draft contracts, modify standard forms, or provide legal advice to clients. While AI can provide valuable assistance in the real estate industry, your human expertise and oversight remain essential. Laws governing use of AI will certainly evolve, and we will keep you updated on new developments, including on the topic of copyright infringement. Thanks for watching this episode of Window to the Law.
So, a couple examples of that. I mean, because I will tell you, the last week was amazing. Chris and I got like VIP treatment thanks to Sarah. We got bands, so we were about 10 feet away from Gary Keller, and the 4 speakers that were incredible. So you'll hear more from the panel on that. But here's just a couple things that we really want to make sure that we're doing right. Square footage is always one of the ones that comes up. Both, you want to make sure that you're able to show as much square footage as possible, but you got to be careful of what the source is. We don't accept anything by the seller themselves. Don't want you measuring either. So the only 2 sources you should be utilizing is an appraisal or public records. Those are the only 2 sources. Don't use anything other than those, because those we can defend, okay? Anything else we can't defend in that. The other thing is make sure that you're looking at finished versus unfinished. A lot of people get really kind of, you should be looking at the main floor square footage, okay? Because the basement's gonna be the same almost always. So if you go down there and almost every square inch is finished, and it's showing in tax records only 550 and main floor is 1,300, there's a lot of square footage there that you could get, but you've got to get an appraiser out there or ask them for their previous appraisal, and you can get the information off of that. Make sure that you recommend to bring in an appraiser if they don't have that information, because again, it will benefit them. And I think a lot of you know Toby Breer, and he'll go out there, measure a basement for like $125. So if you're in a competitive situation, I'm going to offer that up, But again, be careful of that. The other one is bedroom count, and this, I can tell you, misrepresentation. It's a certain loser because it's either a bedroom or it's not.
That's right.
And so to be a bedroom, the ceiling height has to be at least 7 feet. It must include an egress window for emergency use. So that window, by the way, I think it's 44 inches, but it's about, I always used my waist around there. But, again, make sure that the height is not too high. And just think of, could a fireman fit through that window? And if they couldn't, it likely does not conform to that. You must, in order to count square footage, it has to be tied into the central heat, okay? So a lot of times you see these 4-season rooms, and they might have one of those units that's like heating and cooling, right? Like you'd see in a motel or something. That doesn't count for square footage. It must be tied into the central unit. Yes, Judy, I learned that one along the way from Toby. I don't boo, but it's just the way it is. So I don't make the rules. I just, try to make sure you guys know about what they are. And it has to, allow privacy. So it has to have a door as well. The closet can be a little flexible. If you have an older home and it doesn't have a closet, sometimes for FHA or VA, they will accept an armoire that's bolted to the wall. That's the knowledge from Toby of 17 years when I brought him on here. Ask him, use him, he's a great resource. Anyway, accuracy isn't optional, okay? You really have to be careful because of state disciplinary rules for and of course, violation of the Code of Ethics. So if you have a question and BrokerBot doesn't give it to you, call me, okay? Because RandyBot. So there we go.
I think we have a question.
Now that I use a company that draws the blueprint and it gives square footage, it does have a disclaimer, I think, that it's within 1% accuracy. How do we handle that?
You can use them to measure the rooms, and you're fine with the room measurements. I always recommend on the room measurements themselves to round down, not up, okay?
Total square footage also.
Yes, I know, but that one's not defendable.
Okay.
That's.
So do we take that out, or do we put a disclaimer, or
I believe it has a disclaimer on there because they don't want to end up in court either.
We're covered having that disclaimer.
Yeah.
Covers us.
Yes, because it's on, because they have a disclaimer, and we're not putting that square footage in the MLS. That's what I'm talking about. If you have like a non-conforming bedroom, put that in the description below, but don't count it in the bedroom count under any circumstances. So, all right? Any more questions? No? Okay. Awesome.
Thank you, Randy. All right, well, let's hear from these fantastic ladies that joined us at Mega Camp. Erica, Selena, Kelly, and Cheryl, will you come on up? Carla, unfortunately, had a little incident with her son this morning who got a flat tire, so she's not going to be able to join us this morning. So send them some prayers and well wishes so Carla can get him taken care of and off to school and work and all the things. Right, y'all settled in? Y'all got everything? Well, why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Tell us who you are and how long you've been in real estate.
I'll go ahead. All right, there we go. Kelly Becks, I've been an agent 20 years.
Cheryl Taylor. I've been a real estate agent since 2005 as well, and been with Keller Williams for almost 2 years now.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay. Selena Marischler, and I've been a real estate agent for almost 5 years.
5 years, man, time flies.
My name is Erica Davis, back at KW for about 2 months now, and been a real estate agent for about 3 years.
Awesome. Well, thanks guys for jumping in, for joining us. I know you guys all had your own unique experience at Mega Camp, and my goal today is to highlight some of the things that you went to specifically that were different and to hear some of your ahas. But after attending those sessions, what was one idea, one strategy that surprised you or challenged you, like the way you normally run your businesses?
I would say AI.
Okay.
They started off with talking about AI during the general session, and that was surprising for me. One of the reasons why is because of what Randy just showed for the law process of it, to make sure that we're compliant and that we're, being consistent and understanding what the guidelines are. So that was very surprising for me that they actually talked about AI literally the whole time.
Oh, they totally did. They went deep into it, and we'll talk a little bit about some of what they shared. But I love that. Was there anything specific that you heard, Cheryl, that you're like, I've got to go home and put that to work right away?
Actually, we were already doing that with our broker bot.
Yeah.
Although I call Randy quite a bit anyway for questions, but I also put it in, I've been practicing using the broker bot as well.
Yes.
So we were already implementing a lot of those things that they had talked about already, which is one of the reasons why I absolutely love this office, is because we are ahead of the industry. So that's one of the reasons why I really, really love this office as well. But I would say just the AI and utilizing the resources that we already have.
Awesome. Thank you.
I would say for me, they called it the breadcrumb strategy. It's just like letting every single person that knows you know that you're a real estate agent. There's so many spaces and places that we go to that we're kind of quiet and we don't realize that that is the market that we should be a part of. So if you're not speaking about your business, you're not growing your business. And so for me, it's wearing, there was actually a couple people that came up to one of the other agents in our office about wearing a KW Kansas City shirt. So I have merch that I have for my personal business, wearing it more, and just making sure that you're proud of the business that you're building.
And they called it the break room strategy? Is that
breadcrumb
strategy?
So breadcrumbing people. So whether it's on social media, through your clothing, through whatever, your business cards, however it is, consistently putting it out there that you are an agent is what's going to get you business. I've actually just picked up a client the other day from kind of just the small things of showing up to the gym in my real estate shirt instead of, a crop top that I normally have on. So I put on my real estate shirt and somebody came up to me. So.
And those tiny little pieces every day where you're showing, hey, I'm an agent, don't forget about me, here's the value I can bring.
And it's not always a conversation. I know sometimes you don't want to talk to people. I have those moments, not always, wanting to speak, but, just having those little things will definitely make a difference.
That's great.
I always have something to say.
Oh, I love it.
My week was a little different because I actually started with the Taylor Hunt mom word. and then went into Mega. But the theme of the week for me, and there were so many things. We went to Michael Mayer's event too, which is all about events, and like it doesn't have to all be cold calling. Like you literally don't have to buy leads. And so there's so much, like you asked me these questions and last night I'm like, there's like 125 things I could talk about. But the theme of the week really, guys, for me was we all attain the authority of our life, which means this. We literally, whether you're a believer or not, we possess the ability to call things into our lives as though they should be. Like there's so much in us that we could change by how we say things. And I know our office is really good about that. You what you think about, you bring about. We hear it all the time, but I think to hear it from just like your major people. I mean, everybody that was up there, I kept hearing it. I don't know if it was me and I was just going crazy, but like just being able to say like, I hold a lot of open houses. If you have been around this office, you know that. I don't say anymore, I'm going to go have an open house. No, I'm going to go sell a house. And it's happening. Like my business has exploded just from the way that I'm talking, and also doing what Randy says, if you're listing, you can never list a house too low. But in that, like the Michael Mayer for us, like we went to a breakout, we went to a luncheon, was huge, just because I don't love lead gen. I love being around people, but I think even calling it that is a mental block for me. And so for him, he was saying how like the referral is the answer, to be present where you are 100% of the time, like knowing who you are and not going back to what she said, not being afraid to like be real. Like I am an agent, and not that it has to be about that, because you should be coming from a place of servant-heartedness and gratitude always, because it always comes back to you. And so for him, he does these major events, or he gets into space of these major events. So even if he's invited to an event, or if he signs up for something, he is meeting the top people. Like he is searching out for who is the head of that event, and who can I connect with so that they can know me. So I think that was huge for me, because sometimes, even though I'm not shy, obviously, I'm not always very intentional about who am I meeting and who is seated at my table. And then I'm going to go back to one more point. So for MomWord, for me, they had the Miss America 2016, and I'm going to say her name wrong. I know I'm Carolyn Help. What was her name? Deshauna Barber, I believe was her name. And she was the 2016 Miss USA. And she spoke, and for me that was huge. She talked about how we don't have to be around haters. Like we really should be around believers. You don't have to have zero tolerance for it. And it's not that you have to be rude, but not everybody should know your dreams. Your dreams should be set before people who are going to speak belief into you to push that dream out of you. So if your dream is to be a mega $1 million agent, like share that with those that are going to call that out on you, not that those are going to hate on you and put those seeds of doubt in your head. So for me, it was very like personal and spiritual and all the way around at all of it. Even the last speaker at Mega Camp. Oh gosh, yeah. I have like thousands of notes. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, like I have two planners or 2 notepads here. That's how much notes I took. But look at all these pens. Get in front of people and serve and provide. It's crazy. I'm telling you, I could just go on and on. I mean, for him, it was like, be the center of your own version. Like, what do we want to believe? What is wealth? What is wealth to you? Define it. Because wealth is time. Like, we can never get that back. And so if you're an agent that's running with a chicken with your head cut off, and you're not there for your family and like you're never going to get that time back. So like it's so important, and for me that's really important because I can do that. It's so important to understand what wealth means and to like, what do you want? What do you want and what's important? Like define that and go after that because you possess the authority of your life to do so.
So good.
Okay, so for me, part of it, what I picked up from it is that I am doing a lot of things right? Yeah. Like we always want to go in like, what do I need to do? But it's also confirmation of the things that I am doing are what I'm supposed to be doing. Because, we are independent business owners. Sometimes, you question yourself and you wonder. So it's great to hear from other agents what they're doing, make sure that you're on the right track, and then pick up on some things that I need to work on. There were, like, the CEO Summit was really, I loved it. Like, I would have just gone and flown there just to do that. Like, that's how great I thought it was. But it gave me a lot of really great, like, ideas on how to better really look at the world, decide how I'm going to react to people. It's my choice how a situation goes. If it's going to, it's just, Ryan Leak, just follow him. He's freaking amazing. I loved him. Just great energy and excitement. So it kind of helps renew that drive and that energy when you go to an event like that. So that's what I got out of it.
So good. I think the overarching theme was really, like Ryan shared, how do we be more human in a world of AI? And then as we were listening to the main sessions and the panels, our minds were just blown on the strategies that they have for AI and how do we get AI to find you? And that's where the world is starting to pivot. Just a show of hands, who uses ChatGPT to look up something right now more than Google? And your clients are doing the same, FYI. So we need ChatGPT and AI and all those to find you as well. And that was a lot of what they impact on main stage. What were some of the thoughts you guys heard around that topic on stage, around AI? Things that kind of surprised you, stood out. There's so much.
I think how fast it's growing.
Yeah.
Like that was like the statistics, and I don't have them. I'm not as good of a note taker as some people are up here, but it was amazing at how fast it was growing, like ridiculous. And then I needed to understand it better too. Like Tyler was really great because I was asking him a bunch of questions. I'm like, can AI be used for evil? What if somebody wants to trash talk me and how do I all those questions. So the office is really go to those AI classes that he teaches because I don't know how you know all this stuff, but yeah, it at least it's pointed me into the direction to learn because a lot of times we just want to resist and we can't.
Yeah, it's good.
I think one of the tips, and I'm actually on ChatGPT right now, if you're wondering where my notes are. I took all my notes and then I had them summarize it. But one of the big takeaways was a 60-20-20 rule.
Yes.
So 20% of you, 60% of the AI, and then 20% of a human layer. So we want to make sure, I can't stand getting on Facebook and I can tell that the agent or even whatever business owner has put it into ChatGPT and it's got 17,000 emojis, and we know that you didn't put those emojis on the post. It was the ChatGPT. So making it more human, make it look like something that you wrote even if AI did. And so that was a huge part of the summit, is that putting the human element back into AI while allowing it to help us grow our business. So your consumers and your clients want you, but we want to also be able to use AI to assist us. So continue to make sure that you're using AI it said use AI as an intern, less of an assistant. And so if you think about that, the main point was, as an intern, you're not going to send the intern to do everything. You're going to send the intern to assist at a minimal level and not at a high level like you would someone that is a coworker or someone who is an employee of your business. You're going to use it as an intern to assist with the small tasks that you need help with.
Absolutely. We're going to teach it. We're going to tell it what we want us to do. Then we're going to let it do it. Then we're going to let it come back, and we're going to give it our own feedback, our own personal, hey, this is how to tweak it. This is how we make it better. And that's how that 20-60-20 rule that she was talking about works. Stuff. What else on AI that you all heard? There was so much.
One thing about AI is if you're taking notes like the old schoolers up here, then you can't actually ask AI to actually summarize it.
You can though. You can. So you definitely can show, and I'll show you later how to do it. But if you if you are a note taker on paper, you can take a photo of it, send it to AI. If your handwriting is kind of bad, you might have to adjust a little bit. But if you take a photo of it, upload it into ChatGPT, it will then summarize it for you, and then you have it readily accessible to you. So that is an option. So if you're, if you have a client that likes paper forms and, kind of thing. You can still upload it. It might just not be as accurate, but again, that's that human element that you have to add back into it. But ChatGPT does have that element where you can take a photo of your notes and, you know, regenerate it into something easily readable and that you can share. Like, I don't mind sharing my notes that I have that they kind of disseminated for if anybody wants those.
Randy had a question.
No, just a comment. So that's exactly what we did at the CEO Summit. And we just hit the record on our iPhones and then dropped it into AI and it summarized the entire thing. So I'll make sure that gets onto the Broker Resource Center so you have all those notes because it was mind-blowing. And the other thing to keep in mind is you want to use BrokerBot because we've already made BrokerBot smarter. Okay, that's the reason you want to use that is because we've dumbed down all the rules, everything in there, so you can use BrokerBot just like you would ChatGPT, but it's smarter.
That's good. And we can really teach it how to learn from us too in those ways. So BrokerBot is our office's AI. So we have built our own system. It's similar to ChatGPT where we've taught it all of the forms, all the requirements, everything with MLS, all of our major models, the MREA. It knows all those things currently. So you can go in and ask it any broker-related question on the contract, stipulations, MLS, and it will get back with you with an answer. Now, it's similar to what we heard on stage where AI will hallucinate. And what that means is it doesn't know everything. And they unpacked what that means to us in real time. And the idea is ChatGPT and the other ones, they go back to the most common answer, the default answer. So whatever you search and you find first is what it's going to tell you. And as you train it and you give it better prompts, like Tyler's taught us, some of those race models and those other things, it learns and gets smarter and smarter. So as we use AI, we have to teach it how to help us, and at the same time, it's going to have flaws, like Randy's video. So you've got to ultimately be responsible for what you're putting into it. Yeah. Any other thoughts, you guys, on AI? What you heard on stage that you want to share? No?
Somebody talked about the short videos.
The short videos.
Oh, yeah, AI will, if you prompt it to make you a video, so if there's a topic that your clients consistently ask about, like what is earnest money, you can send, that prompt into ChatGPT or Broker. I think BrokerBot might be able to do it as well, and it will then send back a video. So just create me a video and a description on how to, in layman's terms, explain to a first-time home buyer about earnest money, and it will then send back a video. Now, the video might not be that great. You might have to adjust it, and just like an intern, tell it to what to adjust, but it will then give you a video that you can either post or send out to a client, or, if you don't have time to overly explain something to somebody, you can then create that resource and a tool for your clients where it might not be you explaining it, but there is something that you can leverage to use it to help your clients out in whatever need you have.
Think about videos of you explaining something about a neighborhood. You want to crush that neighborhood. You put out 40 videos, everything about that neighborhood. Then the internet's going to point to you as the expert for that.
Sorry about that. That was just so amazing how the one guy had conquered space because he was talking about what nobody else would. All those subjects, like in his previous life, he was installing pools. So he would talk about fiberglass pools and give the positives and negatives of everything. So think about that on a neighborhood standpoint. You can teach, you can just talk about the neighborhood and put out 40 little short videos about how great that neighborhood is. And all of a sudden, the internet's going to recognize you over Zillow. That's the amazing part about this is leveling the playing field.
Absolutely. And Marcus, like Randy was saying, Marcus shared how he wasn't afraid to talk about the things no one was willing to talk about. He would put the problems, the biggest problems that people faced, and then he gave us specifics like, here's things you can share, like in the Nashville area, the most common neighborhoods, the schools, the districts, the best places. He even featured his competitor and said why you should work with them. And then we were able to see how the SEO would direct people back to his webpage based on going to his competitor. So there was some incredible things, and we'll post some of those. We'll post the slides today from his presentation, but it was fantastic. Anything from that presentation you guys want to highlight, or? You hit it. Yeah.
The one thing that I don't know if it was him, but they talked about was using YouTube. What a huge, YouTube is where it's at, and that's where you need to be and where you need to put your stuff on, because that's where it's pulling information from and referencing. So I didn't realize YouTube was that big of a deal,
Yeah.
but also I have a lot of work to do when it comes to that. So.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the CEO Summit and for you, Tally Hunt. So the special segments that you guys went to. Tell me some of your leadership ahas or the motivational, inspirational pieces that you guys found most helpful.
So the one thing that carried away with me more than anything was just a really simple thing that Ryan Leake said, and it was, "What is it like to work on the other side of me?" I thought that was really, really impactful. What is it like to work with Kelly Becks as an agent? Think about what it's like when I answer the phone, what it's like when I answer a question. Am I treating my clients how I would want to be treated? And it really just made me think about the whole experience of working with Kelly Becks, and so that just really, it really strikes a chord, because then it makes me really look at, am I being the best agent I can be? Am I being, giving the best information that I can? So that I really liked quite a bit. I mean, just some of his questions were pretty awesome.
Oh yeah. How do I show up, and how do other people experience me?
Yeah.
So good.
Kind of to hop off of what Kelly said, a client review. I was doing this when I first started in my business, but asking your clients truly what they thought of your experience that week, not just necessarily the overall, if there's something better that I can do as a, someone who's walking you through this process. What questions do you have that weren't answered in the one text that I sent or the follow-up? And then self-awareness. I feel like sometimes as individuals who run our own business, we think we're doing everything great, but we're not sometimes. Becoming more and more self-aware allows you to, like Kelly said, tap into what it's like to experience the other side of you. And so it's huge. If you're a person that is a talker, I don't know how to shut up sometimes. How do I, in certain situations, become very self-aware about allowing that person to really go over every single thing that they did and then respond. And so listening to hear and listening to hear and not just respond was huge as well.
So I do have to say Clarissa Skinner was the biggest hit at Mom Word. She was flipping amazing, and I came home and I'm going to be opening the LLC that she talked about, which we should all be doing and paying ourselves from. But we have that in-house. So for me, it was kind of cool to hear Clarissa and everybody be like, "Oh my gosh, she's so brilliant." I'm like, "Yeah, she's at my office." But I think for me, it was, the Tally Hunt Mom Word was really about how we as agents, we get lazy. We don't do the work, and we don't manifest because we're not willing to do the work. It takes work to do the work. And so I loved, I look at my open houses and I think, I could just put a sign out here and there. And you guys, I'm ridiculous. I'm 20 to 30 signs every single time. And when people come, they say, most of my people say, I came because of your signs. Or I came because I saw it. I put it on 21 different sites on Facebook. And so to hear that, goes back to what Kelly said, I'm doing the work, but then it was getting more granular with things being, who am I hanging around with in the office? If you want to be better, be around those that are better than you and learn from them and do it. Go out and do what they're doing. Implement those things into your life. So I felt like that was the theme of the weekend all weekend, and even just or week, because I was there from weekend to almost weekend. Leveraging, that was huge at Mega Camp. Just leveraging, and like there's so many different ways we could be making money, not just as a real estate agent. I think that was mind blowing for me. Like, you know, I owned a cleaning company for years. I could technically still be doing that because I have the name out there, and I do it a little bit. And leveraging and making money on that. I mean, there was so many different things and so many different ways, and the creativity of it. I think we heard the one person that I really liked at Mega, she talked about, I don't agree that you have to stage every single home, but her like what she did for staging and how she linked arms with a local, like Crowley's Furniture, right? And then she made money if the furniture items were sold in the listing. Like, I don't know, some of this creativity was just mind-blowing.
Yes,
like, I feel like Mega Camp and Momward were both major investments in my life. I mean, that's how I felt the whole week, because I was there Thursday to Thursday.
Well, that's a good point. I love that virtual staging component. They talked a lot about reality staging, and I still need to figure out what exactly that looks like. But it seems like they would create a list of all the items in the picture, and then the clients could click on them, a direct link. And then, like she mentioned, the agent would get a percentage back of anything that was sold from those items. So I thought that was a fantastic idea.
Also, to pivot off of that, there was so much information that you are hearing and taking notes and meeting people and networking, that there's so many ideas. And what I got out of it was to embrace my strength.
Yeah.
Embrace my strength, and to be able to be me, use my personality, and connect with my clients. Each person is going to be different in how you approach your questions and how you approach reviewing information for your client. That's my strength, and my clients value that. So just being able to hear all that information and not feel overwhelmed, to actually still zone into what your strength is and just manifest that and make sure that that's what you are focusing on. Also, a lot of things were very consistent was that all the top agents were following the model from Gary's book. So imagine that really you don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's already there. The platform is there. The map is there. The roadmap is there. The guidance is there. Just follow it. And that was what I saw consistently throughout the few days that I was there, is that it's already there for us. Just be consistent, actually do the work, show up, and put your all into your client, and make sure that that client that you're working with at that time, that you're present and you're not scattered and, you know, not paying attention to what they are wanting, and asking a lot of questions was another thing that was very consistent across the board for all the top agents as well.
And I think one thing that I really like that I'm taking and putting into my day-to-day, I think it was Ryan Leak that said it. He was like, ask how you are twice. Like, I think outside of being a agent, you know, creating that human connection with not only your clients, but the people that are around you. How many people walked into this room this morning and just said, how are you? Good. And you went to your seat. Like, somebody genuinely was like, hey, how are you? And you just said good. And I'm like, really, how are you? Like, that next level of conversation really makes a difference to some people. You never know the type of day that people are having. I'm not saying every single person you walk up to you have to have a therapist level conversation with, but I think that, you know, engaging in, you know, one or two of those conversations a day with the people that are close to you, one is going to make a difference. And then a lot of times, you know, as agents, we say the people around us are not supporting us. And I know if we support those people around us, I think that love will come back. And I think if we bring that human level connection back to some of the conversations we have with our sphere and our circle, it's going to make a difference about the people who choose you to be their agent.
So good. We said, are you sure? How are you doing? Good. Are you sure? Just letting that pause a moment. Any other thoughts around CEO Summit or any leadership motivational pieces you guys heard that?
I encourage everyone to go, whether it's the Mega Camp, the family reunion, or both, to actually put it in your forecast and your budget to be able to go. Last year when I joined Keller Williams, I was asked if I wanted to go. Just like a few weeks after I started, and I said, it's not in my budget. I can go next year because I understand the information that I'm going to learn from it and how important it is. So I put it in my budget to attend both of those this year, and I'm going to continue to put it in my budget to attend every year.
It really is. It's an investment in you. Yeah.
So I wrote down something that I really, well, one stat that I saw that I thought was interesting, I should have mentioned earlier, is it said that industry research shows that listings with professional videos get 49% more qualified leads. So if you're looking to lead gen, definitely put those videos out there because that's a huge number.
Yes.
And it's also not expensive to do. And then the one thing that, I don't know who said it, but it says, when we share our joy, it multiplies. When we share our burdens, the weight divides. On the other side of our fear of being hurt is a secure connection we desire and need. And I thought that was really cool.
Liz Bohannon. Yeah. No, she was incredible.
Yeah.
She's the founder of Noonday Jewelry. And she just gave such a powerful conversation about the power of being vulnerable and being known and building community. I mean, we're all so individualized. And what would it look like if we really opened ourselves up and let others in? And she shared that story about how a tree fell on the three of them, their houses. And the weight didn't crush the house because it fell evenly. The weight of the tree didn't crush any one house, because it fell evenly on all three homes. And they were all safe. Had it just fell on one, the families could have been really hurt, so.
And the backstory with that is she basically bought a bunch of land, built a bunch of houses, and her friends and family live as a community in this area, in this little, their little community, yeah. So
that's good.
She was very, her book was called Beginner's Pluck.
That's it.
Yeah. And she talked about building lives with purpose and impact. It's not, like she talked about some good things, like with the pies. Like she talked about, like, if I have to get another pie from another real estate agent, I'm going to die. What you should do is leverage all the relationships you have with your sphere of influence and do something charitable. Like find something that means something to you and leverage the people that you know to build something bigger. I thought that was really cool. That really got me thinking. Yeah.
Well, what advice do you guys have for them if they're considering going to family reunion or mega camp?
You have a year to budget.
Yeah.
You think about it. It's like if you buy your ticket in advance, you get your flight in advance, get a roommate for your hotel room. I mean, it's a very small amount of money to invest in your career.
You don't even have to pay for it. Just invite people to come to our office, and our office will pay for it.
There's that. Ask me how.
I think for me, definitely adding this, like they said, to your budget and also to the goals that you have. Where can I go and meet agents all over where else can you do that other than, showing up to mega camp or to family reunion and network? It's an opportunity to continue to ask people and pick the brains of the biggest agents in the company.
Oh, one more thing. It's not just about networking. It is about networking with other agents throughout the country and building referrals, but it's also about getting to know the agents in your office better. Mm-hmm. Like, I had such a great time with these ladies. Like, we had a lot of laughs, a lot of fun, a lot of things that I'm not going to share up here right now, but we had you Beautiful. Build those relationships with agents, and those, the relationships that I have with agents fuel my the investors that I work with, that we get to talk more deeply about things. And so, I loved the time that I got to spend with the agents in our office.
Those connections, it's priceless. Anything else? Any nuggets you guys want to leave us with before we take it home?
I think the big note that I have in my ChatGPT is breadcrumbs, consistency, and your daily non-negotiables. I feel like sometimes we let the day-to-day get to us. We let everything that life has get to us. But set some non-negotiables
and set some consistency for yourself and your business, and that's what's going to make the difference. All the top agents, like they said, are using the platform and the basic things that are going on day to day. What are your basic things? How can you do that? Is it social media? Is it newsletters? Is it whatever it is? Do that and set that consistency for yourself. Start today. What can you do today that you can pick up tomorrow, the next day? Whether it's AI driven or you driven, do that so you can build your business.
What you can do today is actually sign up for Ignite if you haven't yet, because I actually attended that as well. And that is a great way to set your foundation, because it's also the same platform and teaching that Gary Keller has in his books as well. And it's free, exactly. And Missy is awesome.
Yes, she
as
is.
well as everyone that she invites to teach the classes and sessions. It's amazing, and the vendors that come in as well.
So, they say when a realtor I always say it wrong, when a realtor leaves town, they get busy. And I will tell you that I was so busy. Like, I left Thursday thinking I was going to have Selena time. I sat on the Riverwalk literally for 6 hours, y'all, getting calls from people from Michigan, from Kansas City, setting appointments. And when I landed the next Thursday, I landed at 2. I had my first client at 3:30. I had 4 clients until 10 o'clock at night. I wrote 4 transactions this weekend, or 4, I don't even know, I didn't write them, Carolyn did, but I literally, I sold a house in 32 hours, and then I didn't write, my team wrote 3 offers for me, and then, 2 of the 3 were accepted.
Right.
It's all about leverage. But I'm just saying, that's another thing. We think, we can't leave our business. We can't, you know what? It was like so much confirmation that I needed to be there. I was already on fire, but literally my feet were on fire, and I felt like a Marvel character. It was crazy. So don't let something like that stop you, because when we leave, it gets busy. I was pouring into me, and I felt like God, for me, was like, okay, you did the right thing. Let's just bless you in that. And so don't let that stop you. Invest in you. It'll come back. It always does.
And when you reach out to your sphere, actually tell them that you went to the conference.
Yes.
That was really cool, because I was able to do that, and I sent pictures, and I don't really post as much on social media, but I think I'm gonna start doing that after Mega Camp. But I reach out individually to people, and I send pictures, or we might have taken a picture when they bought a house a few years ago, and I'll send it to them and say I'm thinking about them. So this is the same thing, is that send a picture. Hey, I was in San Antonio, and I was at a Keller Williams convention. And they are always excited that you're learning more to help them. And they remember that you're going out and you're getting more information to be able to benefit them as well. So I share that as well when I'm calling and talking to people, and how was your week, or what would you do last weekend? And they'll ask, what did I do? That's my opening. I was at a Keller Williams convention. It was Mega Camp, blah, 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 blah. And they ask more questions about it, and then they also ask about the market.
It's true. Kelly, you want to take us home?
Are we going to sing again, or
what?
Are we going to sing?
We should. We can. Beautiful. Next.
Beautiful. Next. That's what our waitress said to us when we sang.
Should we tell her the story? Should we tell them the story?
Yeah. So I don't know. We were just at dinner. We were talking, and the song. We were trying to think of the name of a song, and I was like, I'm Special, So Special. And we were like, oh, it's the Pretenders. And I put it on for Ginevra, and her and I kind of were singing it. We were in a private room, so it wasn't in the middle of the restaurant.
Special.
And she comes up, and the waitress comes up, and she's waiting to say something, and she's like, beautiful, next, telling us to kind of move along. So we were like, okay. So that was our line.
Yep. So we said it all night. Beautiful, next.
Beautiful, next.
Next. Yes. Well, you guys give it up for these amazing ladies. And we just appreciate your time, everything you poured into our agents. And you guys make it a fantastic week. Mark your calendars. It is a full week. We've got Ignite tomorrow. We've got foodies this week. We've got Bold coming up. You got Investment Club. I mean, if you've ever wondered, you are in the right place. Amen? All right. Make it a great week.